Hello and welcome to another World Watercolor Month summary. As you can see, this particular video is going to be sped up. It's just a demonstration of what I've done for the prompts days 10 through 15. So I've really been enjoying exploring my art journaling again, and so I've gotten this book out. This is where I do my journaling typically, and I wanted to have a new color. Today I wanted to do colors of blues and greens. So I went over this with Distress Inks. This is just a fountain pen friendly journal. It's not meant for watercolor, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. So here are the prompts, and I think what I'm going to do for buried is to draw this mermaid, because you never know what's buried under the sea. So I really loved the way that those Distress Inks played on the paper. I'm sure you can use them on watercolor paper. I just never have. I had a tough time drawing this particular mermaid. That perspective of her arm really kind of threw me. And then it finally occurred to me that I could turn it so that it's facing me more vertically, so I wasn't drawing her at such an odd angle. I had trouble with her shoulder and back, because when your arm is in that position over your head, covering your eyes, your shoulder pops out a little bit, and it kept making her back look really weird. And so I decided to just move on to the tail and come pick that up later. I ultimately did figure it out, but boy, it gave me fits, you guys. It was really, really something to wonder about. And since I couldn't really see her tail, I wanted to kind of make up this as if she had just turned and caused all those bubbles. So what I wanted to do first is have her in that pose, and then I wanted to go over it with this fountain pen. This is just regular fountain pen. It happens to be my vintage fountain pen that my mom used to use all the time, every day. She uses it. She used it to write checks and letters and all of those things, and I kept it because it's a very good reminder for me of my mother. And I just associate this pen with her, and I'm very happy to be able to use it in my art. I use it for writing everyday notes as well. It's just a Schaefer fountain pen. Any kind of entry-level fountain pen you can get nowadays would be comparable. It's a medium nib. The ink that I have in there is just a Schaefer cartridge, and it is not permanent. You can see here on some of these that the ink from the fountain pen will bleed into what I'm painting. But that's okay, because you can really use that to your advantage to create some really fun shadows. So the paints that I'm using for this particular page are the Denise Soden set of Embrace Opacity, is what she calls it. It's a set of 12 half pans made from Da Vinci watercolors, and I love it. I love these muted tones. I'm really getting into this palette of subtlety. I don't know why. I don't know what's come over me, but for some reason I'm drawn to lots of muted pastels right now. I was able to mix a skin tone really well, although mermaid on a green-blue background with with a lot of ink mixed in. You can't really see it, but in the palette it was a nice mix. So I don't think that this palette, as curated and as custom as it is, I don't think that you will be inhibited in any way. You could paint portraits, you could paint florals, you could paint landscapes. It is intended, I believe, to complement wildlife paintings, which Denise Soden is kind of known for, and I really enjoy using it. So that one I wanted to see how it worked in that paper, had no problem with it. It was a lot of fun. And now I'm going to go ahead and do these others that I've drawn. So here's the first prompt. It's huddle. The uniforms, of course, have to be blue and orange, because these are my Denver Broncos, as much as they have had a horrible, horrible team for quite a few years now. I have a feeling we might finally be on the upswing. Give us 2 or 3 more years. It's so hard to be a Broncos fan. But that's what makes it fun too. And I really had a good time painting in this journal, as I always do. This is my A Gallo set of 36 watercolors, and I'm using a Canchon Call paintbrush. If you're not familiar with these, they kind of just showed up on my Instagram feed one day, and I will link to her website because I really like these brushes. They have a phenomenal point, and they are man-made fiber. They're all synthetic fibers, and they really are just so lovely to use. They have a nice amount of snap feedback, not a tremendous amount, but enough so that you really know how much liquid and how much water you've got on your brush. And they're like long rounds, so they really do hold on to things. So let me tell you about the prompts here. The Huddle, Denver Broncos, right? We talked about them. So that's the one here that I'm working on now. And I'm sorry, it's a little bit out of frame. I kind of really got into what I was doing here. And mixing these skin tones was a lot of fun. So we've got the Huddle up there on the top left. And then right below that, you see that bare foot there. That is the prompt for arch. The reason that I thought of that instead of, arches in Moab or anything like that, I have a lot of foot problems. So I really wish my arch looked like this, but it doesn't. So this is my kind of a caricature of a foot, and I really like drawing that, and that was a lot of fun. So that's the arch. Over here we've got spiral, little spiral curls. Hair is something I'm going to need to spend months and months on to really figure out. It just stumps me every single time. So that is my spiral. And up here, and I'm so sorry that it's not in frame, I am working on scratch. I couldn't think of anything that I really wanted to paint. Of course, the first one I drew was the Huddle, and then of course I was thinking of scratching athletes because somehow athletes always find something to scratch on camera, and I really didn't want to paint that. So what I decided to do was to paint a scratch, as in the cue ball goes in instead of the ball that you intend. So here is the hand coming in now, just having made the shot and missing, and that cue ball going right into the pocket. So that would be the scratch. Filling in the shoes here with some neutral tint. These paints are really easy to use. A-Gallo, if you've never tried them, I'll put affiliate links to everything I'm using in the description below. A-Gallo is a paint company that is out of Italy, and they make paints with honey in them. So here in Colorado, I really appreciate that because honey is a humectant. Not only is it a preservative, but it is a humectant, meaning it keeps things moist. If you live in humid environments, sometimes those honey-based paints are a little bit more challenging to use, but as long as you keep them level and really let them stay dry, then before you close it, then everything should be okay. And finally, the lemon at the bottom, because I was thinking vitamin. I really didn't want to draw a pill, but where do we get vitamin C from? Lemons and other citrus fruits. So I thought painting a lemon would be quick, easy, and fun. And that is the real key, I think, to World Watercolor Month. Keep things easy, keep things quick, keep things fun. And you will emerge with 31 paintings that you have created on the fly just to have fun. And really, you will see that you have grown as an artist. If you get a chance, check out the links that I've got in the description for the World Watercolor Month website. Check out their charity, the International Children's Art Fund. See if that's something you'd like to support. There are some great merchandise options there. And I will see you guys next time. Hope everybody's having a great day. Bye now.